There is a relationship pattern that leaves people not just hurt, but confused about who they are. You didn't just lose the person, you lost your sense of reality, your confidence, your trust in your own judgment. And the most disorienting part is this. It often began as the most intense, most beautiful connection you had ever felt. That is not an accident. Narcissistic personality disorder exists on a spectrum. But the pattern, the playbook, follows a recognizable sequence that, once you see it, you cannot unsee. It begins with what psychologists call love bombing. Intense, overwhelming attention. You are the most interesting person they have ever met, the most beautiful, the most understood. They mirror you, your values, your humor, your dreams, back to you with extraordinary precision. Your nervous system, wired for connection, responds exactly as it was designed to. It opens, it attaches. It begins to associate this person with safety, with being seen, with something that feels like coming home. This is the first move. And it is deliberate. Not always consciously, but deliberate. Then the shift comes. It rarely arrives dramatically. It creeps. A comment that lands slightly wrong. A moment of coldness that disappears before you can name it. A time when you expressed a need and something in their face changed just briefly, and then they were warm again and you wondered if you imagined it. You didn't. What you were experiencing is the beginning of devaluation. The warmth becomes intermittent. And intermittent reward, as behavioral psychology has shown repeatedly, is the most addictive reward pattern the human brain can experience. You begin to work for the version of them you met at the beginning. You adjust yourself. You become smaller, more careful. You monitor their moods. You take responsibility for their emotional state. And somewhere in that process, you lose the thread back to yourself. This is why people stay far longer than they ever imagined they would. It is not weakness. It is neurological. The attachment has been built deliberately and then weaponized. When someone becomes the source of both your pain and your relief, when they are both the wound and the only one who can soothe it, leaving activates the same neurological response as withdrawal from a substance. The body doesn't distinguish. It only knows this person is the source, and the source is leaving. Here is what matters most. The reason this pattern works on you is not because you are broken or naive or unusually vulnerable. It works because you are capable of deep connection, because you can feel, because you extend trust and genuine care to people you love. These are not flaws. They are the best things about you. They were simply exploited by someone who needed a mirror more than they needed a person. So what do you do with this knowledge? Not armor, not walls. Awareness. The ability to notice early the gap between how someone makes you feel in the beginning and how they treat your needs, your boundaries, and your separate reality over time. Real love does not require you to disappear inside it. Real love makes more room for you, not less. In the next video, we go into the pattern underneath the pattern. Because the question isn't just, how do narcissists operate? The question is, why do you specifically keep finding yourself in this position? And the answer to that is where the real healing begins. Subscribe. and press the bell icon.